Hello Ragnarok fans! In today's video, I'm going to share my 100% F2P Archbishop build for supporting when it comes to PvE. I'm currently at 478,000 combat power. Still F2P, so everything you will see in this video is achievable by any free-to-play accounts out there. So if you follow this build, it will be very easy for you to support in all kinds of dungeons or any boss fights. You will have a very high survivability and with decent healing output, enough to support the survivability of your team members. You will also be able to participate on a higher difficulty boss fights better than F2P Archbishops whose build isn't purely increasing their healing output. Example is the Nightmare Temple. So this build can already support floor 11 going to floor 15. Even if I'm still at the penalty when it comes to fatal and resilience. So floor 15 requires you to have around 160 and 160 in fatal and resilience. However, my current character still at 116 and 142 resilience, but because this build is quite tanky, you'll be able to tank those damages very easily, okay? And this build is quite similar to my PvP build with some minor adjustments which I'm going to discuss in this video. So if you haven't checked my F2P Archbishop PvP build, so here's that video. You can check it out in my YouTube channel. So here are some highlights of my current PvE preset. So 179 in HP. P-Dep 83, M-Dep 2.2. Physical damage reduction 136%, magical damage reduction 139%. PvE damage reduction 2957. Range damage reduction 10%, melee P damage reduction 7.86%. And of course, I also have my resistances here, but actually you don't really need that much of resistances because if you follow this build, you will have a lot of physical and magical damage reduction, which I think is much more important when it comes to boss fight, especially Nightmare Temple, okay? So now, I have a very tanky priest and with a decent healing output of more than 100,000 and can shoot up to 130,000 plus during a boss fight because of my sigils, okay? So here's my stat distribution. So basically you need to go full int 99 and then the rest would be distributed between Vit and Dex. For my equipment set effect, I'm using Dia in weapon, Immune Shield in offhand, and actually you can switch this one into Valkyria shield if let's say your priest is not yet tanky enough. And then when it comes to my armor set, I'm using the Serpent's Battle Rage set effect, which will also improve my healing output. For my accessories, I'm using the level 95 set of accessory Light Prism plus the Divine Queen bracelet. And that accessory will soon be upgraded to the Elf King's Magic Gloves plus the Elf King's Crystal set effect for level 105 because I'm prioritizing my PvP set items. But if let's say you are more into PvE and you're not really interested when it comes to PvP, then you can use the Elf King's Eternal Ring and the Elf King's Crystal Apple set combo, okay, which is, I believe this one is purely for healers. For my costumes, I'm using the same costumes with my PvP build, but this one is also good for PvE because it will provide you a lot of tankiness. So Cherry Cream Dog, Stylish Glass, Grey Mask, Passion Stroller, and Ethereal Dream. But if you're going to focus on PvE, then go for costumes that will give you or increase your healing done and healing taken, and combine it with costumes with a lot of physical and magical damage reactions. And here are the cards that I'm currently using. So double boa card in weapon. This one is Tara Frag and Horn card. Once the shield gets 2 slot upgrade in cards in the future. In armors, I'm using the Creamy Fear card for PvP. But again, if you're focused on PvE, then you can switch it up with some cards out there that will give you maybe some HP. Like the Pego Pego card. For my mantle, I'm using Poison Resistance and Neutral Resistance cards. For the Orc Baby, I'm soon going to replace it with Raydrick. For my boots, I'm using Sohi plus Zombie Prisoner. You can go for double Sohi card if you like for additional HP. Accessories, 1 Illusion card on Osiris and 3 Spore card, which again gives me those physical and magical damage reductions. Face costume, 2 Goblin Puppet. Mouth costume, 2 Angeling Puppet. And then back costume, 2 Golden Thief Bag. And body costume, I don't have any cards yet. And here are my enchants during PvE. So M attack, PvE technique, PvE technique, PvE technique. This one is Magic Boon, Anti-M damage, Anti-Fee damage, Anti-M damage, Magic Boon, Superior M attack, and then Superior M attack. And then for the sub-enchants, go for M attack, stats, and of course HP or P-Def. And then for my Divine Armament, Stat Infusion or the Divine Traits, this one is similar to my PvP. Still go for Int, M attack, HP, and then PvE damage bonus. For the armor, P-Def, M-Def, and then PvE damage reduction if let's say you're going to focus only on PvE, and then HP. P-Def, M-Def, PvE damage reduction, and then HP. For shoes, P-Def, M-Def, and then physical and magical damage reductions. For the offense, P-Def, M-Def, and again physical and magical damage reductions. Now for your Vero score, passive skills, go for Holy Light Boost, Healing Prism, and Healing Insignia. These three are going to boost your healing output massively. And in addition to those three, you can add Muscle Black, Healing Protection, and Healing Aegis, which will provide you tankiness, including your teammates. Here are my job skills. You can copy it if you like. So, for my first job, second job, trans job, and then third job. And then for my settings, manual, first page, second page. And then for my auto setting, of course, guild skill, try to max everything, especially your PvE damage reductions here, okay? For my card deck, I'm also using the same as my PvP build. So, Major Resolve, Minor Protection, and supposed to be Major Ward. But since I cannot complete this set yet, I'm using Minor Ferocity as a temporary. Or you can also use this Mercy of Gef John, which is involving Illusion version of MVPs if you already completed this. For my Nexus engine, I am prioritizing my PvP setup here. But in case you are more into PvE, your focus will be on PvE reductions and healing done instead. So right now, a lot of my modules are into PvP damage reduction. So if you're into PvE, so you just need to change this into PvE, okay? And then on my support modules, I'm using a max PvP ward. That's what I plan to do moving forward. But again, if you're more into PvE, then I say focus more into healing Dan. Okay? So when you first start building your Nexus engine, I'd say you prioritize your defense and support modules, 5 pieces each. So for my defense and support modules, I plan to use 3 Type C module and 2 Type B modules. And then for my attack modules, I only plan to use 1 Type C module, 3 Type B module, and 1 Type A module. So for these stats, when it comes to your defense module, and let's say you are going to prioritize PvE instead of PvP, then go for the PvE damage reduction stats for the single stat modules. And then for the double stat modules, you can just add some PDEF, MDEF, or some damage reductions. For the support modules, go for the healing done for the single stat modules. And then for the double stat modules, you can add some HP. And then for the attack modules, just go with M damage percentage for the single stat modules. And then for the double stat modules, just add maybe a PvE damage bonus. Now for the special effects, first in the support module, it's actually the same thing as my PvP build. Go with Prophecy, Fervency, Ardency, Lunacy, and then Mercy. For the defense modules, Fortification, Protection, Salvation, Dedication, and then Liberation. And then for the attack modules, I think anything will do here because we're not really focused on the providing offense for the team. Okay. And then divine armaments and then seasonal stats. Focus on increasing or maximizing your resilience. Once you maximize your resilience, you can upgrade this seasonal level and then max upgrade again your resilience. You're going to do that, you're going to be able to support higher levels of Nightmare Temple faster, okay? For my feathers, it's still the same with my PvP setup. So Fate, Dark, Time, Day, and then Sky. And then initial target as an F2P would be tier 9, okay? Set effect or set bonus. For my defense, Virtue, Nature, Divine, Night, and then Terra. And then initial target, tier 9, set bonus or stat bonus. And then these two, you'll just need to replicate them in all your feather setups below. Okay? Statue, just max upgrade everything eventually. That's your end game here. For the mount, same thing with my PvP setup. Brave, Clever, Lovely, Cute, and then Ignore, Furious. So medals, max upgrade everything and make it as equal as possible. Sigil tablets, still using the same thing as my PvP. Immortal, Braveheart, Surging, Deadlock, Radiant Guardian, and then Requiem for the pure tankiness because of the damage reductions and HP. And of course, try to prepare Photon Burst, and then Courage Blessing and Floating Protection. These three will be your orange sigil that will replace their purple counterparts, okay? Like Braveheart, Surging, and Radiant Guardian. Okay. So for my pet, I'm still using similar to my PvP setup except that I added a Squid Jet to increase my healing output during boss fight. And then lastly, your Nebula Path. You need to max upgrade this one, Draco, Hydra, and then this one, Corvus. And then lastly, this one, Taurus. And also, try to max this one, PDEF increase and MDEF increase. And then some elemental reductions here like this one and this one. Okay. And then lastly, try to choose Divine Light during boss fight, which will improve your healing output, and try to reach level 40 because at level 40 it will massively improve your healing output because of this effect. Gains healing done 0.4% per holy power. You have up to 60% of healing done increase for your priest, okay, if your divine power is at full level, okay. And that's it for my PvE setup for my F2P Archbishop. So try to follow that one and I can guarantee you it would be very easy for you to support all kinds of dungeons and boss fights. Thank you and bye-bye. Like and subscribe.